the world of Zionism is soon to be crumbling down. Let's take a listen to what Scott Ritter is saying, and then I'll add some comments.
Can we stop it? I mean, last time in April, I think a lot of the reporting from the Western media was, look at this, the Iron Dome stopped everything that Iran threw at it. And that wasn't the truth at all, as we reported here on the show, that there were older missiles, there were slower missiles that managed to get knocked down by the Iron Dome. But a lot of the new hypersonic missiles hit their target, flew right by, and they couldn't stop it. They couldn't do anything to stop it. What do you think Iran would throw at Israel this time if it does? Older missiles, things that the Iron Dome would knock down, decoys, and then these new hypersonic missiles that would hit their target, and there's nothing that the United States and Israel could even do about it?
I think the Operation True Promise, which was the Iranian response in April, was a highly telegraphed operation that came in waves. They basically said, hey, here's wave one coming your way. And they sent it in, and wave one absorbed a great level of the potential, defensive potential, aircraft firing their anti-air missiles, Iron Dome, knocking things down. And in doing so, they're revealing, all capabilities. The Iranians are just sitting there collecting intelligence on all this. Then came the cruise missiles, again, telegraphed. And then came the older ballistic missiles, telegraphed. And basically, they're letting the defense adjust to each wave. And the defense is giving away its capabilities as they do it. And then in the end, they hit them with some advanced systems, not the hypersonics, but systems with separating warheads, maneuvering warheads, decoys that got through, hit their targets to send a signal. Iran won't do that this time, I believe. I believe that if Iran is to respond, they will flood the zone so that everything hits Israel at once. And the entire system will be overwhelmed. There are too many targets, too diverse of targets. The radars will not be able to differentiate. The systems will get overwhelmed, target overload. And not only will the hypersonic missiles get through and the advanced missiles, but a good deal of the other systems are going to get through. Israel can't handle. This is equivalent to what the Soviet Union was going to do to American carrier battle groups back in the 1980s. Basically have their bombers come out and flood the skies with cruise missiles and do a saturation attack that the battle group couldn't shoot them down and the carrier would be sunk. Israel is now the aircraft carrier. Iran is going to flood it with weapons. Hezbollah will flood it with weapons. And the vast majority of these weapons will probably get through and hit the targets that they're aimed at.
Okay, so basically what we can understand from this is that Israel is exposing themselves to Iran and Russia about their military system, because Iran has tested Israel's Iron Dome system last time very well. They know exactly what Iron Dome is. They had absolutely no idea in the past. It was all PR for Israel. These Iron Dome, they bragged about it, and then they installed some other patriotic missile system, and they bragged about it. And all along, Iran was like, what is going on? We do not know. Maybe these systems, they are very, very sophisticated, could make it impossible for us to attack Israel at any point in time. So we better be scared of Israel because of those defense systems they have in place. And they were getting more third Scud missile, things like that. And so now that is not the case anymore. Iran knows exactly what Iron Dome is. Iran knows exactly Israel's capabilities when it comes to defending the state of Israel. And in the process, Russia is also gathering intelligence on Israel, but also they're also gathering intelligence about US's capabilities, what they can do, what is their limitation when it comes to protecting a country, a nation. And this learning, this information that Russia is getting, obviously going to help them to create new goal or to assess US's ability to defend Ukraine. And so Israel is making itself very, very vulnerable, and at the same time, America, these morons, these Zionist lobby groups, they are this, I'm going to call them morons, this is the congressmen who are absolute lunatics, people like Lindsey Graham, who calls for an attack on Iran if Israel is under attack, they're also sharing or going to be sharing their capabilities, what they're able to do, to Russia. And so this war is a win-win situation for Iran and Russia, and a lose-lose situation for Israel and the United States. But these morons, they never learn their lesson. They're so arrogant, they never learn nothing.
Which will be devastating for Israel.
Devastating. Well, this is the calm before the storm, and everyone in the West is trying to figure out what exactly Iran is going to do right now. I think you bring up a great point about Iran.
We know what Iran is going to do, so a few things I also want to add. Iran will be learning a lot more, and they will be learning a lot faster, and Iran's capabilities, their military capabilities when it comes to Israel, will be a lot more effective than Israel's capabilities when it comes to Iran's nuclear weapon and military. Because think about this, Iran is targeting Israeli military directly. They're going to hit Israel directly, knowing exactly the pros and cons and everything in and out of Israeli military. On the other hand, you have Israel targeting those senior leaders from Hezbollah, from Hamas, and that's all they do. They're not gathering any information about Iran's military, which should be their priority number one. But their priority is those people, the leaders, who are absolutely not having any weapon with them, not in a position to defend themselves, because they don't care. For Ismail Haniyeh, he had just one bodyguard with him, and Israel took weeks to prepare for his assassination. What did they get from this? Nothing. On the other hand, Iran is gathering so much more intelligence about Israeli military capabilities that Israel, in the going along with Iran, they're learning absolutely nothing, zero. And if Iran targets Israeli shipping ports, can you imagine how devastating that will be for Israeli economy? Their economy is bleeding already. They have lost billions of dollars. The corporate companies in the States who pays Israelis, the Zionist, millions and billions of dollars, there's now sinking. Example, Starbucks, McDonald's, and restaurants like those who are supporting Israel, Pepsi, Coca-Cola. If now Iran takes help from the Houthis, with the help of Houthis, they, I'm pretty sure, already have mapped out Israeli vessels passing through the Mediterranean. And now it is just a matter of time for Iran really to strike at a time of their own choice. And therefore, destroying the Israeli economy right now is another option that Iran has. They do not have to go after Israeli military itself. If they target those vessels, if they can choke Israel economically, and which is very much possible for Iran, thanks to Houthis and other militias in and around that area, giving Iran all the intelligence, all the information they need, it is going to be the end of Israel. They do not even have to fire a shot. Iran can just switch off Israel's economy if they target Israeli economy. And I think they should target Israeli economy because it is already vulnerable, very weak, in a very, very weak position, and it is only bleeding more and more. Thank you guys for joining this session. I'll see you in the next one.